Hey everybody, it's Pendragon, and today's video is brought to you by W Energy. So I'm gonna keep things short and sweet. W Energy is a clean energy drink that has no sugar, no calories, and comes in a variety of delicious flavors, including Galaxy Grenade and Dragonade. Not only does it give you no jitters and no crash, but it's chock full of vitamins and amino acids, which are great for you. Use promo code Pendragon for 10% off of your order, and give it a shot today. And now, on to the video. Hey everybody, it's Pendragon, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. So as you can see, we're on the title screen for Super Mario 3D All-Stars, because I'm doing a whole new Let's Play since Spyro the Dragon is now officially over, at least for the first game. I plan to do Ripto's Rage, and also I believe Year of the Dragon is the other one on the Reignited trilogy. I plan to do those later on, but I don't like to do the same series back to back, because I'd rather give you guys a break from the same series over and over, and actually be able to show you a new series. So this time we are actually on the Switch, and we have a few options here with Super Mario 64, we have Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy, but we're going to be starting with Super Mario 64, which is what I said before on the community tab of my channel, because I had a poll, there weren't really any interactions, so I figured I might as well start with something that I enjoy, and I also did a Wheel of Names of sorts, and I spinned it, and I ended up getting Super Mario 64, which is pretty great because, you know, this was actually the first game that I ever played on my YouTube channel to begin with. So back in, I believe, late middle school, early high school, I started with Super Mario 64, and I know I'm speaking through Mario speaking and everything, but this is a game that is truly near and dear to my heart. So, without further ado, let's press the plus button. As you can see, I don't have anything on this file, any of these files done, because I'm playing on a new profile, so that way I can start everything fresh for you guys, and then we can actually get things together. So before we get into that, let's go into the question of the day. So today's question of the day is, what was your first Mario game? So my first Mario game was Super Mario 64, if I recall correctly, because I know I played a lot of Super Mario World and a few other of like the NES ones, but Super Mario 64 was probably one of the biggest games in my childhood alongside Banjo-Kazooie, because I was always a Nintendo fan, and I don't know, it was such a game changer for the industry in general, and it just really stuck with me. So comment below what your favorite Mario game is, or sorry, what your first Mario game was. I just spoiled probably one of the question of the days that I would be formulating after this episode. But without further ado, let's hop into Mario A and see what awaits us.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
And here we are officially entering the game. So first things first, the music is so nostalgic for me, and of course you know this is basically a port of sorts. I think it's slightly a remake because I think they changed the graphics, of course, because you know the Switch has better graphics than Nintendo 64 did, because you know it's been roughly, over 15 years. I think from when the Nintendo 64 came out as opposed to when the Switch came out. I believe there's a 15-year difference, something like that. But let's go ahead and get started here. So, ciao! You've reached Princess Toadstool's castle via a warp pipe. Using the controller as a piece of cake. Press B to jump and Y to attack. Yeah, it has the Y button on here, so this is definitely remade for the Switch, of course. Which kind of gives away the fact I'm not using my Nintendo 64 for this. But I also don't have a capture card that has AV capability, So I figured I might as well do this and give you guys some better quality with this. Because I used to have an HD PVR2 Gamers Edition that I had back in like middle and high school. And I gave it to a friend of mine because he wanted to record videos and I got really busy with life. So I figured he got more use out of it than I did. But without further ado, let's progress through these instructions. So press A to read signs 2. Use the L stick to move Mario around. Now head for the castle. Now I'm going to try to stick to using the joystick and then of course, the C stick for the camera controls. And I'm going to stick to using B and A for the most part. Well, B and A are actually only jump. I just realized on the Switch. So I'm going to have to use Y for punches, which is going to feel pretty different from how I used to do it. But the controls for Super Mario 64 honestly weren't that difficult. So pressing R, you can get a camera view that focuses on Mario, so it always locks onto him. And then of course you have the Lakitu, which allows you to get more of a free camera. So let's go ahead and try reading the sign, if I can actually angle myself there. So punch it. Princess Toadstool's castle is just ahead. Press B to jump, ZL to crouch, A to read a sign, and Y to punch or grab something. So A to interact, of course, B to jump, Y to punch or grab, which would normally be B on the Nintendo 64, and then ZL, it was always Z for being able to crouch on the Nintendo 64 because, they only had the C buttons as opposed to a C stick, and they only had one Z button, and then of course R and L, and then A, B, and then start. And then a D-pad, of course. But I remember a lot of people complained about the Nintendo 64 controller shape, but personally I didn't mind it, even as a kid. Like, it was just, one of my first consoles, so it was one of those things that was super easy for me to pick up. But anywho, back to the game. And I am going to give you guys random tidbits of knowledge about, differences between this and the Nintendo 64 version, and even probably differences with the Nintendo DS version, which is not a port from the 64 to the 3DS or to the DS. It actually is a whole new game because there are multiple characters you can play as opposed to, of course, Mario. But anywho, back to the sign. Press Y again to throw something you're holding. So Y to grab and then Y again to throw stuff. And there's a sign over here. So climbing's easy. When you jump at trees, poles, or pillars, you'll grab them automatically. Press B to jump off backward. To rotate around the object, tilt the left stick right or left. When you tilt the top, tilt the L stick forward to do a handstand. Jump off from the handstand for a high styling dismount. So there's a few different types of jumps you can do. So of course we can do, a crouch into a backflip. You can do double jumps into triple jumps, which are useful for clearing more ground. You can crouch and jump for long jumps. And I know there are signs that will explain this as well, but I like to kind of go through it. Also, when you jump twice, you do get a little bit of a boost, so you will actually be able to reach higher areas. But when you're on trees, as I said, you can actually do a handstand on top, and then press A to dismount, and do it nice and stylishly. And there is fall damage in this game for those of you who aren't used to that type of mechanic in games. But without further ado, let's finally just check if there's any signs I'm missing. Let's take a look. I think there's one over this way somewhere. But we don't exactly need... Oh, here it is. It was literally right in front of me and I wasn't paying attention. So let's try and punch it. Also, I'm not used to the Switch joystick physics for Super Mario 64. Because, there's more directions that you can input on the Switch as opposed to the 64 that I believe had 8 directions, if I recall correctly. But let's go ahead and read the sign as well before we head inside. So hold ZL to crouch and slide down a slope, or press ZL while in the air to pound the ground. If you stop, crouch, then jump, you'll do a backward somersault. Got that? There's more. Crouch and then jump to do a long jump, or crouch and walk to never mind. So when you crouch and walk, Mario will crawl. And I used to think this was the funniest thing when I was little, just because there's not really any reason for you to crawl in this game, unless you just want to move very, very slowly. And then of course the ground pound is Mario's signature ground pound by jumping and pressing Z in the air. So now let's finally, oh, there's another sign actually, and I will try to read every single sign and everything. So let's read this. If I can actually angle this properly. I'm going to be complaining about that quite a bit sometimes. But let's go ahead and try to punch the sign if I can actually turn the right way. And I'm also used to the PlayStation controller right now. So I am using the Switch controller where you dock the Joy-Cons inside of it in order to make it feel more like a, I guess, GameCube controller. But without further ado, let's read this sign. So swimming lessons. Tap B to do the breaststroke. If you time the taps right, you'll swim fast. Press and hold B to do a slow, steady flutter kick. God, that's harsh for me to read. Tilt the L stick forward to dive and pull back on the stick to head for the surface. To jump out of the water, pull the left stick back, then press B. Easy as pie, right? But remember, Mario can't breathe under the water. Return to the surface for air when the power meter runs low. And one last thing, you can't open doors that are underwater. So that's like a neat little feature that was always in this game. But yeah, when you swim, you do get this little power meter, which also will go down when you take damage. So I'm used to actually knowing the speed for doing the breaststroke because it's just a rhythm. But as you can see, while we're underwater, we are starting to drown because we are starting to lose part of our power meter. But when you resurface to the water, you can regain it really quickly, kind of like regaining your life. And that also works if you lose your power meter for damage. And then of course there are coins to collect which will heal your health. And sometimes when you climb trees, there will also be, different things on top, or there will be different prizes you can get. So there's coins, there's one-ups you can get, and so on and so forth. But now, let's finally head into the castle. And of course we're interacted by the cameraman. Good afternoon, the Lakitu brothers here, reporting live from just outside the Princess's Castle. Mario has just arrived on the scene and will be filming the action live as he enters the castle and pursues the missing Power Stars. As seasoned cameramen, we'll be shooting from the recommended angle, but you can change the camera angle with right joystick, which used to be the C buttons of course. If we can't adjust the view any further, we'll buzz. To take a look at the surroundings, stop and tilt R forward. Press B to resume play. Switch camera modes with the R button. Signs along the way will review these instructions. For now, reporting live, this has been the Lakitu brothers. And now we can finally head inside the castle, so that was a bit of a lengthy intro, but don't worry, we'll get into the nitty gritty as we go. And of course, as we enter, who else but Bowser. So, welcome, no one's home, now scram, and don't come back, wahaha. I'm not the best at a Bowser voice. I'm not Jack Black or any other person who has ever voiced Bowser. And also, when you're inside the castle, as you can hear by this buzzing noise, you can't really adjust the camera. But there are toads here that will phase in and out of existence that you can talk to. Am I glad to see you? I can't do a toad voice today. My throat's been acting up again with this weather because pretty sure I have allergies, but I haven't really confirmed it yet, but most likely that's probably what's been causing my voice to go up and down with some of this weather. But am I glad to see you? The princess and I, and well, everybody, we're all trapped inside the castle walls. Bowser has stolen the castle stars, and he's using their power to create his own world in the paintings and walls. Please recover the power stars. As you find them, you can use their power to open the doors that Bowser has sealed. There are 4 rooms on the first floor, starting the one with the painting of Bob-omb inside. It's the only one that Bowser hasn't sealed. When you collect 8 power stars, you'll be able to open the door with the big star. The princess must be inside. And with that, we are learning the main mechanic. Also, if you press L as well, that will change the camera from Lakitu to Mario. So you can do L or R. And you can also do them in combination as well. But the mechanic of Super Mario 64 is that you can unlock these doors by gathering power stars. So on the top right is our star count, and then of course we have coins, which we can use to gain health if we took damage from anything. There are wooden doors you can go through as well, but I don't quite want to get into that yet because I kind of want to try to tackle this in the order that the courses are available, in the order that you can actually get the stars in. So I'm trying to go for like the optimal way to do it, and I'm also going to be going for 100%. So I will collect all 120 stars, even though you only need 70 to win. Technically you need less if you know speedrunning strats, but I don't really like to abuse those, so I would rather 100% the game naturally. But without further ado, let's go into the store and take a look around. So there are signs on the walls we can actually read. So you have to master 3 important jumping techniques. First, try to triple jump. Run fast, then jump 3 times. 1, 2, 3. If you time your jumps right, you'll hop, skip, then jump really high. Next, go for distance with the long jump. Run, press ZL to crouch, then B to jump really far. To do the wall kick, press B to jump at a wall, then jump again when you hit the wall. So, wall kicking's pretty easy. It takes some practice, but I'm certain that we'll get a hang of it once I get my bearings again with this game. So got that? Triple jump, long jump, wall kick. Practice, practice, practice. You don't stand a chance without them. Well, that's pretty much a given in any video game. If you don't master the techniques, you don't really stand a chance when it gets more difficult. But let's check this sign out. So you can return to the castle's main hall at any time for the painted worlds where the enemies live. To stop, stand still, press plus to pause the game, then select exit course. You don't have to collect all power stars in one course before going on to the next. Return later, with your more experience, to pick up difficult ones. Whenever you find a star, a hint for finding the next one will appear on the course's start screen. You can, however, collect any of the remaining stars next. You don't have to recover the one described by the hint. Which is honestly a pretty nice feature in the game, but like I said before, I'm going to try to collect them all in order. And now, without further ado, one of my favorite features of this game, we're going to jump into the painting. Of course I said feature. So course 1, Babam Battlefield. So Big Babam on the summit. And of course the shadow stars will be ones that you haven't gotten yet if they show up on the screen like that. As you can kind of see up top above that X, there is a power star over in that direction. And when you collect them, they will no longer be yellow, they will be shadowed out, so that way you know you don't have to collect it again. But it is a quick way to exit a level if you're just collecting coins and such. So wow, you're smack in the middle of the battlefield. You'll find the power stars that Bowser stole inside the painting worlds. First, talk to the Babam Buddy. Press A to talk. He'll certainly help you out, and so will his comrades in other areas. To read signs, stop, face them, and press A, explaining that again of course. Press A or B to scroll ahead. You can talk to some other characters by facing them and pressing A. So it's pretty cool with this type of game being, I believe the first Mario 3D game. Also what I'm doing right here are side jumps, and I like to do them while I'm talking sometimes just because it kind of gets my bearings with the joystick again. Because you can literally just go back and forth with doing the jumps if you're good at timing and didn't mess it up like I did that third time. But let me walk you guys through these little icons that are on the screen. So you got your star count, which is on the top right. You got your coin count. You can collect 100 coins to get a bonus star, which you will be doing for each level, because that means that there are quite a few. I don't really want to spoil how many courses there are. And then of course our life counter. So when we hit 0, we're not exactly out, that's just like your spare lives. But let's go ahead and talk to, actually before we do that, you can see these red coins up there. Those count as 2 coins, gold coins count as 1, and blue coins count as 5. And pretty much like the red coins, there are always 8 in each level, and so on and so forth. But let's go ahead and talk to this Babam Buddy. Hey you, it's dangerous ahead, so listen up, take my advice. Cross the 2 bridges ahead, then watch for falling water bombs. The big Babam at the top of the mountain is very powerful, don't let him grab you. We're Babam Buddies, and we're on your side. You can talk to us whenever you'd like to. And of course he has another friend over here. Watch out, if you wander around here, you're liable to be plastered by a water bomb. Those enemy Babams love to fight, and they're always finding ways to attack. This meadow has become a battlefield ever since the big Babam got his paws on a power star. Can you recover the star for us? Cross the bridge and go left up the path to find the big Babam. Please come back to see me after you've retrieved the power star. And we also get to learn, well, I'll actually read these signs. I notice I've been kind of spoiling what the signs are saying because, you know, I'm trying to explain the controls faster. But let's go ahead and read this first sign if I can actually stand in front of it again. So you can punch enemies to knock them down. Press B to jump, Y to punch. Press B then Y to kick. So you can kick while you're in the air, which is nice for hitting enemies, especially if they're bigger than you. So to pick something up, press Y2. To throw something you're holding, press Y again. And then another sign here. So to read a sign, stand in front of it and press A like you did just now. Or you can press Y, which is the punch button. So when you want to talk to a Koopa Troopa or other animal, stand right in front of it. Please recover the stars that were stolen by Bowser in this course. And of course you can also punch these, which are breakable blocks, and we can actually start collecting coins. Now we have Goombas, and there are plenty of other enemies like Bob-ombs, and there are plenty of ways to take them down. I'm also going to read that sign once I get a chance. But the Goombas will get aggroed whenever you walk too close, and they'll run at you. So you can either jump on them, or you can actually throw stuff at them or punch them. So it's not too difficult of a game, and it definitely shows that this game is a little dated because there's not a lot of mechanics. Aside from, if I can collect that coin before it disappeared, there we go. This block right here, which we're going to learn about, and I'm also going to read that other sign back there. I just got to remember to do it. So let's go ahead and read this sign. So there are special caps in the red, green, and blue blocks. Step on the switches in the hidden courses to activate the cap blocks. And basically this is one that we can't do anything with until it gets unlocked. So you will literally just phase through it forever. But let's go ahead and check out that last sign over here. Also, if you jump and then you press the punch button, you will actually do a dive, which is nice for clearing a little bit extra distance. But as I run to the sign and get knocked back, let's try to read it again, so we can see what this one says. So tilt art forward then look around using the L stick. You'll usually see Mario through Lakitu's camera. It is the camera recommended for normal play. You can change angles by tilting R. If you press R, the view switches to Mario's camera, which is directly behind him. Press R again to return to Lakitu's camera. Pull R back to see Mario from afar, using either Lakitu's or Mario's view. And with that, we actually pretty much understand all the basic mechanics in this game so far. You know, there's probably going to be more signs throughout the game, of course, but I'm actually going to also try to collect as many coins as I can this time around. Also, these bombs, they will chase you down and try to blow you up. Now, there is a bomb glitch that I don't believe you can do in this game, but you can do it on the original 64. So if you jump and you do a ground pound, the bomb will not drop like it did there. Instead, it will float in the air and explode, which is one of the best glitches that I've seen in the Mario 64 game. And then, of course, you can throw the bombs. You can't quite, I don't think you can pick them up whenever they're about to explode, but you can at least collect their coins whether they explode or you throw them. Also, we can't quite reach that part. These are cannonballs that will hurt you if you let them hit you. And you can't get over those fences as well. But you know what, let's go all the way around, I guess, to see what we can see. So let me go ahead and collect this red coin to show you guys how the red coins work once that platform squashes me and somehow didn't kill me. Because, you know, the platforms just squish Mario, apparently. But they will show the number 1. Now, there are 8 of them throughout each level, and as you collect them, I believe they play the major scale. So, you know, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, which is pretty cool. You know, it kind of goes up each section of the notes. I forget what they're called exactly. It's been a while since I've been in music theory. Now let's take out this Goomba again. It's really hard to get them up these hills because you can't quite run all the way up them. So as you can see, we just fall right back down. This is a medal. If I recall correctly, this is one that's actually special. So let's walk into the middle. And some of these will teleport you, so it does pay to actually check out each of your various little metal areas. Also, as you saw there, that one actually gave us a 1-up by collecting all 8 coins. Now, this actually puts us all the way up here. We gotta look out for those water bombs that we were warned about. And of course, there is a chain chomp here. Now, we can't quite get to that star because, you know, it's behind bars. But the chain chomp will launch at you, so you gotta look out for him, especially when you're trying to cross him for your first time. otherwise he can hurt you pretty bad. And these wooden poles also have something cool about them, but let me check out this sign first, if I can actually read it. Come on. There we go. Beware chain chomp, extreme danger. Get close and tilt R forward for a better look. Scary, huh? See the red coin on top of the stake? When you collect 8 of them, a power star will appear in the meadow across the bridge. So there's a little shadow star that is available throughout the levels, and it is horizontal as opposed to just floating up there vertical. And that is where your 8 red coins will appear. Also, I was too close to the bomb at first, and for some reason it didn't try to explode, which was kind of weird. But yeah, when you collect 8 of these red coins, you will actually be able to get your red coin star. Also, there are signs that help lead you the right direction, so you don't keep constantly doing this, hoping to get up there. Because it is a little difficult, it's not impossible, but there are definitely features that, or mechanics that will make it a little bit easier for us later on in the game. So let's go ahead and get this coin here. And I'm going to try to go for all 100 on the first go if I can. If not, I'll come back and do it when I do the red coin star, which is normally what I do. But I do want to kind of just, explore this level and show you guys everything there is to offer in this game. So let's go ahead and make our way up here. Oops, I'm trying to get my way up there. There we go. So this is a cannon. As you can see by the pink bomb on there, you can actually speak to the bombs and they will open. Okay, I got hit by a water bomb. You can actually speak to them and they will open the cannon for you if it's available at the moment. Currently it is not available to us because they are firing stuff from their cannon because this is a battlefield. Also, there were a couple red coins over here. Of course, some Goombas. Trying to get this last one if I can angle it right. There's a cool little feature you can actually learn about with these stakes in the ground. Also, this is the horizontal shadow star I was talking about. But there were a couple signs, like I saw one over here. Yes. So let's read it. So hold ZL to crouch and slide down a slope. Okay, we already learned about that one. If you stop, crouch, and jump, you'll do a backward somersault. Got that? Yep. There's more crouching. Okay, yeah. That was just pretty much the same stuff that we learned at the beginning. But now I'm going to show you guys a nice little feature. I'm actually going to see if this sign tells you as well. Let's see. The shadowy star in front of you is a star marker. When you collect all 8 red coins, the star will appear here. Okay, so it doesn't tell you that. But if you run around these stakes, and you constantly run around them, you will get a free 5 coins. So this is the easiest way to get the coin star in this level, which is, when you get 100 yellow coins, or 100 coins total. And so far we're at over halfway there. So I'm going to try to collect as many as I can. I know there are some sections we can't quite reach, so I might be just short of 100, but I don't think I will be if I recall correctly. There should be plenty on this level, because some have 110 or less, and then there are some that have quite a few more. And I believe this level is one of the ones that has quite a few more. Let me throw this at the sign. Or not. Never mind. I guess that's not working well for us. So let's just go ahead and try to ground pound the block, because that should break it too. Actually, it does not on the smaller ones. But that works on the bigger, breakable ones. Also, there's a sign back there. I will read it. So let me go ahead and get this. Okay, that coin is going to probably disappear. They do disappear after a short time for the ones that are activated like that. Also, you can get another life here, another red coin. Avoid the bomb. And those purple switches are known as action switches, if I recall correctly. So you step on them, and they activate things in the levels. So that one in particular opens up that gate, which makes it an easier way to explore. I believe you have to open it every time you do your gameplay on here, though, like every time you join the level. Plenty of bombs. There's another bomb cannon here. And I'm trying to read every single sign just because some of them do have useful tips. So let's see what this one says. If you get the wing cap, you can fly. Put the cap on, then do a triple jump. Jump 3 times in a row to take off. You can fly even higher if you blast out of a cannon wearing the wing cap. use R stick or use right stick to look around while flying, and press ZL to land. So that pretty much spoiled that this is a wing cap block, and of course, red for wing caps, and then there's blue and the green ones that we have not seen yet. And there should be another sign I think I saw. Oh no, they're just directional signs. You can also dive at the bombs to get them. Let's see if I can get one like that. And there we go. So if you dive at them, you will also grab them, which makes it a little easier. You can also chuck them at each other, and trying to avoid this little water bomb. And let's apparently walk right into one, because I was not paying attention. I was focused on getting this bomb. We need 25 more. And we gotta make our way past these cannonballs. So this is honestly just a really big obstacle course, and that's how a lot of the levels are. You just want to look out for anything that will damage you, and some things damage you more than others. So the bombs I believe do 2 or 3 damage, and then the big cannonballs do the same amount of damage. You can also chuck the bombs at these collapsible boxes, and I thought they broke them, but I guess they don't. But I guess you could punch it, and okay, that didn't do anything either. I could have sworn that one had 3 coins in it. But let's read this sign, see what it says. You can grab onto the edge of a cliff or ledge with your fingertips and hang down from it. To drop from the ledge, either tilt the L stick in the direction of Mario's back, or press the ZL button. To get up onto the ledge, either tilt the L stick forward, or press B as soon as you grab the ledge to climb up quickly. So, nice little feature that now we know. Also, there is a red coin over here, and there's one more that we can't quite get to because it is too far away. Also, you can literally bounce your way up this hill as long as you don't slide onto your belly. So if you slid onto your behind as Mario, you will be able to jump and go back up the hill. Now, it's a little difficult to do this because see how slow he goes up the hill? We can't quite get enough speed to go quickly up here. But if you let go of the joystick, you will slide back down, and if you slide back down on your belly, it's really hard to jump back up. But let's make our way all the way up, and it looks like we actually might be just shy of getting 100 coins. I think I might have been wrong about being able to get them the first time around, but at least you guys know that there's coins aplenty in this level. There's an island over there that we can't quite get to, but let's blow up that guy. Ooh, okay, almost fell off. I was about to say almost missed a coin, but I also almost fell off there, so that would have been a bad time. There's a plank you can take to get through there, or you can go ahead and long jump across. 11 more coins. I'm actually not sure if we're going to have enough to get this. Oh, another cool mechanic is the heart here. So if we read this sign, it should tell us about it. So collect as many coins as possible. They refill your power meter. You can check to see how many coins you've collected in each of the 15 enemy worlds. Okay, that kind of spoiled how many worlds there are. You can also recover power by touching the spinning heart. The faster you run through the heart, the more power you recover. So if you walk very slowly through it, you'll have a very small amount, but if you run through it, you'll see it spins faster and it will heal you more if we actually had damage right now. But we do not. And also, yes, I was definitely wrong. And we can see the last red coin over there as well, on that section. Also, there was one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Over here, this is where the cannonball spawned from, but at the back of it, you can teleport from the bottom to the top here, and vice versa. So let's go ahead and get back up here. And now, we can go up to take on King Babam. So let's get up here. I'm the Big Babam, Lord of all blasting matter, King of kabooms the world over. How dare you scale my mountain? By what route... God, I'm trying to give him a voice and I'm already messing up. By what right do you set foot on my imperial mountaintop? You may have eluded my guards, but you'll never escape my grasp. And you'll never take away my power star. I hereby challenge you, Mario. If you want the star I hold, you must prove yourself in battle. Can you pick me up from the back and hurl me to this royal turf? I think that you cannot. So now this begins our very first boss fight. So the King Babam is very, very slow at first. But basically what you want to do is get behind him, and you want to try to taunt him into walking by walking close to him. Don't let him grab you, otherwise he'll throw you like this. But if we throw him, he takes damage, and then he gets a little bit faster. Also walking into him damages you. But you do not want to chuck him off the edge, because if you chuck him off the edge, he will say, oh, it's unfair, how dare you throw the king off the ledge, that's against the rules. As you can see with this third part though, this is third phase pretty much, he is too fast for us to actually get behind him unless we get close and make him walk. So now that he's slow again, we can grab him and chuck him again. What? Can it be that oh, I already forgot the voice I gave him. Can it be that a pipsqueak like you has defused the Babam King? You might be fast enough to ground me, but you'll have to pick up the pace if you want to take King Bowser by the tail. Methinks my troops could learn a lesson from you. Here is your star, as I promised, Mario. If you want to see me again, select the star from the menu. For now, farewell. Now see, I like to switch the voice on that part because he kind of breaks the fourth wall there. But now we can collect our very first Power Star. So let's grab it. And now with the first Power Star, also every 50 coins at the end of this part with the high score, you will get a 1-up. So when you get 100, you get 2 1-ups, which is pretty nice. And then our counter that is blinking on the top right tells us how many stars we have. The high score tells us how many coins we've collected, or sorry, if we've gotten a new record for how many coins we've collected. So now we can save and continue don't save, or save and quit. Now I'm going to save and continue because we have 4 files. And with that first Power Star, we now get a little pop-up and some celebratory music that says you've recovered one of the stolen Power Stars. Now you can open some of the sealed doors in the castle. Try the princess's room on the 2nd floor, and the room with the pain of Womp's fortress on floor 1. Bowser's troops are still gaining power, so you can't give up. Save us, Mario. Keep searching for stars. And with that, I'm actually going to end things here. So next time on Super Mario 64, we're going to actually make our way back into the Babam battlefield and see what the next star will be. Now, I made this one a little long because there was some introduction stuff to get out of the way and everything, and I wanted to elaborate on the controls and just tell you guys a bit about the game. But I guess from here on out, aside from if we get more pop-ups or signs and such, it's mostly going to be a lot of action. So if you guys at all enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a like, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I post videos. I try to go Mondays to Fridays, and I try to get like the RuneScape series on the weekend, but I know that one has been on pause for a little bit as I try to collect more bonds for my Hardcore Iron Man. But let's go ahead and end things here. So this has been Pendragon. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't forget to comment below the answer to the question of the day. Almost forgot my own outro. And make sure, even if you're commenting, you're not answering the question of the day, feel free to say hi. I'll try to respond to as many as I can. And now I will end things here. So this has been Pendragon, and I'll see you guys next time.